Now, it has become apparent that competition for clients and profits in the banking sector has shifted 100% to mobile, and this is one of the reasons why Equity Bank resolved into partnering with Oracle Kenya to come up with its cloud-based multi-channel platform. Here to tell us more about how this will shift the banking industry is Dr. James Mwangi, CEO of Equity Bank. Thank you so much for joining us in studio.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, you've declared the death of the branch channel during your digital strategic launch. So will you be closing branches, adding new ones? Will this affect people losing their jobs as well?
Thank you very much, Janet. I think the issue of branches not being relevant in transaction banking is something we have observed from customers. 62% of our customers prefer to be online in terms of banking services. So essentially they have abandoned banking. But that doesn't mean that banks' branches are dead. They are dead only for transactions. But for things like customer relationship, cross-selling, hubbing agencies and merchants, that would be the real big role of a branch.
All right. And this has already been done. If we look at the local banks, KCB, Cooperative Bank, Family Bank, NIC, so what will make this digital strategy for Equity Bank different from these others? I
think it's different in the sense that for Equity Bank, it's a channel for products. Unlike where it's partnerships that you're only processing loans, we're now saying here is a channel you can do self-service of banking products, not mobile products. That is just one of the services that will be available.
And how much does this affect user experience as well? Tell us about that transition, even into allowing customers to understand this, to experience it in a way that they feel works for them.
Thank you very much. You'll notice that banking services, really the basic is money transfer. And Kenyans are very familiar with money transfer. So there's really no difference because that's the first payment. And money transfer and payments are one and the same. So essentially we are adding things like loan application, which Kenyans are also very familiar with. So it's just keep on adding the products, but in a very simplified way. The power of digital banking is that essentially it empowers the customer to do banking at their own convenience. Whatever time they want to do banking and wherever they are. Essentially, we are compressing time and distance to remove them in the lives of a customer.
So that the power is in their hands.
It's completely. It's like giving them full control and freedom of choice.
All right. Is it time that banks went it alone and ditched telcos?
I think you can't do with telco where it's telco-led, because if it is telco-led, you can only then do telecom products. If you look at all the conversations you had, they are doing telecom products. They are not doing banking products. Essentially, as we said, you can't be able to do it unless you own this channel the way you own ATMs or own branches, because they are substitutes. The second thing, you can't do it unless you are able to secure the channel. If you don't own the channel, you have no access to the secure elements that are resident in the SIM. That's why we chose to do it.
And finally, you know, I think one of your favorite authors, correct me if I'm wrong, is Brett King. I mean, he's penned some amazing books. He's talked about the future of banking. He's talked about disruption. Do you think Kenya fully appreciates and understands the essence of disruption in banking, or do you think it's going to take some time for us to get there?
I think Kenyans fully appreciate and comprehend the future of banking. Essentially, we are the world leader in that space. And as world leaders, yes, still breeders, we might have a few things to run, particularly on security. But basically, in terms of operations, I think we are good at it. And we just need to keep on that. But we really need to distinguish money transfer and banking. Banking is the whole range of all the services you get from a bank. We're starting, for instance, with EasyPay. EasyPay enables people to pay wherever they are for the services. So if banking becomes a lifestyle. And then you things like Chama. Easy Chama. It enables social chamas and investment chamas to maintain their books on a crowd without necessarily having to face a committee.
So like you said, it's a wide range really of strategy across the board. That's all the time we have for you. We're looking forward to knowing more about this and how it's going to work. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you,
Dr.
Janet.
James Mwangi, CEO of Equity Bank. We'll be right back after this break.